over Concord. Now, this is a special case
for a special person
of the quickest in history, in my opinion.
You got this game breaking world records, man. They're going to put this in Guinness. The least lasting live service subscription game that died. How about the most unachievable platinum trophy, man? You got this game breaking world records now. That is crazy that this game is only going to be remembered for that. Wow.
Seen, certainly correct me down in the comments below of how quick a brand new IP with a lot of funding behind it has just utterly failed. What's going on with this game essentially?
This man is touched. He's hurt.
The false narrative was created.
Oh, here we go. It was the false narratives, guys. You know, it was all you people out here bashing the game before it came out, calling it an Overwatch clone when the game ain't. Man, let's not talk about the fact that it was $40, you know, competing with all these other better free-to-plays. You know, it has nothing to do with that. Or how about the fact that Sony catered to a market that wasn't even there? But it was you guys that pushed these false narratives as to why Concord failed, because I went out there with my wife and my kid and bought, you know, coming off my motorcycle like Road Rash and got me 3 copies of the game. But see, but y'all people don't want to listen to me, man. It's all you people. Bro, you're acting like a baby, bro. Nobody wanted this game. Not even the PlayStation community themselves. You've had 2 communities. You had PC and the PS5, and the game wasn't purchased anywhere. Nobody wanted the game. There's better free-to-play options than what you was getting with Concord. The end. Stop coming up with excuses, bro.
Well, before the game was even in beta.
Bro, because they played the game. They're like, there's nothing really that special about it. So now he's blaming the fact that you content creators is the reason as to why this game failed. Are you kidding me? Nobody wanted this game to begin with.
You know, with that steamrolling, it's kind of like a domino effect, right?
Bro, there was no steam with this game, man. Nobody cared. I played the beta for like 1 to 2 hours, and that was it. And the game got boring.
Fact that if social media, in my opinion...
Oh, my God, bro. Now this dude... You see what I'm saying, guys? Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
I think there's a lot of things that could lead up to this being pretty
Stop
factual.
the cap.
If this was a thing, this game was a thing before social media, I don't think it would have gotten that domino, you know, traction that it did.
No, because people would even heard of the game. That's even, if there was no social media, people still would have played it because they would still be playing games like Overwatch. If anything, you would have probably had, you know, instead of 500 concurrent players online, you would have had probably 5. Nobody was going to buy this game, man.
Adhere to that narrative, right? What was that narrative?
Oh, my God.
The game was too woke. It didn't do anything innovative, supposedly, to bring to the table.
I mean, well, Overwatch has woke things in their game, and people still continue to play it. You know, they have all these woke characters in their game, and people still enjoy it. But you're not understanding that Concord came out in a market that's already been oversaturated, and people are comfortable in playing the games that they have already, which happen to be Overwatch, which is a free-to-play game that's far better than what you're getting with this. Paladins, which is a far better hero shooter than what you're getting with Concord. Even the characters weren't even that interesting.
It was $40, and it wasn't free to play. I've had a lot of discussions recently in regards to the free-to-play versus paying an outright $40 fee, you know, versus a ton of microtransactions right out the gate.
He's hurt,
it was predatory. And that's a problem right there. So I don't think this game got a fair shake. It really...
Wow, bro. You guys hear this, man? We need more content creators talking about this, bro. This man is delusional. You're sitting there saying that this game didn't get a fair shake, man. They made the game available through a beta. People still didn't enjoy it. People have told Sony that this is not something that we're looking forward to playing. This is all Sony's fault, bro. As much as you people want to spin the blame and say it's content creators, all these false narratives going on in the community, well, guess what? It doesn't apply to this, though. I'm sorry, man. As much as you people want to keep holding on to it, it doesn't. Because if there was no social media back then, I guarantee that this game would have only sold 5 copies.
It was super, and again, I know a lot of you out there won't agree with me. Either those that did take some part of the beta and play some time with that, or you never even touched the game. Those are the ones that are just like, I didn't even give it a shot because of A, B, C.
No, it's because of Overwatch. G.
So that all adds up, right? That's that false narrative that was created that gave that like and hive mind apparatus, so to speak, to
No,
everybody. You had people.
nobody wanted the game, man. I mean, Call of Duty gets backlash all the time, but people still continue to play it. Nobody cared about the game, Xvault Gaming. Like, seriously, bro, you was out here damage controlling because this game that you went out there and picked up 3 copies for failed.
Like Moist Critical and many other high profile people, XQC, with very large followings, stating that they played the game and they showed they played the game. They were laughing, having a good time playing the game, truly enjoying it, had no issues with how the game played itself.
So why are we complaining then? You're acting as if these dudes bashed the game. Like you said, they seemed like they was having fun. They were playing the beta, Like I've seen these type of dudes, say bad things and then it would impact the game. But this is not the same example, though. You're saying that, they enjoyed the game. They had a bigger following and a bigger audience. They weren't bashing the game and the game still failed. Like, I've seen them bash games and I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. Like, I'm going to have to call cap on that. That's a little different. Then I would actually be in agreement with you. But the fact that you said they were having fun with their audience while playing this game shows you that nobody cared for Concord, regardless of what they was doing.
But wanted to sit there and ride that hate train, right? Well, when you have...
What do you mean hate train, bro? See, what you don't understand, man, a lot of people that watch these content creators, a lot of them don't even play games, man.
That many followers, that big of an account, and you are a content creator.
Yes.
Those hold volumes of what that detriment can be. That's another big factor right there.
You just said that they played the beta and they enjoyed the game. What is the problem? Like I said, if Moist Critical was talking poorly about the game, then I'd probably be in more of agreement. I still think the game would have failed anyway, but I would have been more in agreement with you. But the fact that you say they enjoyed the game, they played it with their audience and all that, should be more of a reason for why people should have went out there and picked the game up, but instead they didn't, because this was something they weren't looking forward to.
That did not help this game in any way, shape, or form. We can also attribute it to the character designs. I've never stood up for the character designs. Over, I would say probably half of them were in music and everything else, and the new Tesla skin for your car that's $20 a pop in order for you to buy those, so they can continually make that funneling money as opposed to a smaller team that's really putting their heart and soul.
Oh my God, bro. This man really out here defending Concord. You must be the only Sony fanboy that I know that is out here defending the failure of Concord, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of how the game was and if you enjoyed it, Sony could have kept that experience alive by pushing it through their subscription service. But instead, they would rather cancel the game completely to the point where you can't even play something that you even paid for. Well, I got my refund. It doesn't matter. I mean, the game was already made. They didn't have to update the game. They could have just had it like Bleeding Edges on Xbox and just keep the game servers alive. Just keep them online. And then just push it through the subscription service, which really doesn't matter because you got to pay to play the game online anyway. But no, they didn't want to give you that freebie. They would rather cancel that freebie, just like with all their other projects, man. Every game, every multiplayer game that's in Sony's hand always flops.
Into making a new IP, really pick up in the masses and do something special. There was absolutely no bugs in this game. It was super polished. The gameplay and gunplay was great.
Yeah, but a lot of people did complain about the imbalancing of the game. A lot of people felt that the game was unbalanced.
The rivalry mode that is very similar to that of like Rainbow Six Siege mixed with Overwatch still a little bit. So that was great. The ranked mode was coming soon. Nobody can sit there and downfall the gameplay itself.
I mean, the gameplay wasn't really that impressive, though, man. I still think Overwatch is way more appealing, man.
And again, if they use that $40 narrative, that's what I heard most of everything. Number one was $40. Again, most new games are $60 to $70 plus.
Yeah.
But we're going to whine and complain about a $40 game because...
See, you're capping, bro. Because the funny thing is, you're expecting people to pay $40 for a game that's similar to Overwatch, which happens to be better, which also happens to be free to play. Okay, the people that played Overwatch 1 was able to transfer all their skins and everything that they've owned to Overwatch 2.
What makes you think people were going to pay $40 for this? You just said the characters were not appealing, but the gunplay was good. But it wasn't that impressive though. It was nothing spectacular.
Still, it's a free-to-play game. That wasn't going to save it. The second in there, like I said, it was woke. It was a narrative that was just too woke. Folks, yes, they had pronouns at the top right hand of the screen, but it didn't do or show anything or force anything. It didn't affect.
I really don't think that has anything to do with it because Overwatch has a bunch of woke stuff and people still play that game daily. Nobody will, bro. How hard is it for you to understand that nobody wanted to go out there and pick this game up?
Their voice lines, it didn't affect the cutscenes that were coming out. It didn't affect any of the animated scenes and stories and clips that they had on YouTube. Are we now going to boycott the newest Harry Potter Quidditch game because you can choose to have different pronouns from the announcer for your kid?
Nah, don't compare Harry Potter, which is a beloved franchise. I mean, not even just in gaming, but just mostly in movies themselves. Bro, like, I don't even know how many times to explain this, bro. Nobody cared about this game. So what? Get over it.
Character? Is that the next one in line to do something? It just seems so silly to me for something that doesn't really affect much, if anything at all.
Oh, that's funny because weren't you the same guy bashing Starfield for the same thing? And it didn't even impact the game. Matter of fact, those people like Moist Critical was bashing. Think about what I'm about to say real quick. They were bashing that game for having the they and them. Remember when Starfield came out? They were bashing that game, but they didn't bash your game. What's up with the inconsistencies? Why they do it for Xbox game, but they don't do it for PlayStation? You see? And guess what? Starfield was still more successful. So at the end of the day, man, people, regardless of what they seen, this game did not die because it was woke. It died because nobody wanted to play it, and the game sucks. That's why.
But again, that narrative just awesome people. They were just great and fun, and we were all just having a good time and just enjoying every aspect of it.
Well, Sony could have kept the servers up, and you could have continued to play it, but Sony's greedy. They care so much about money that all they're trying to do is sucker you guys with one killer app. That's all it is, man. I mean, at this point, Sony could have kept the game alive.
We weren't whining about anything. There was nothing that, sometimes we'd be like, oh, this
Do you understand how a budget works? These companies have to make money, man. After spending that type of money on this game, they're expecting to get a certain amount of money back. That's how you run a business, Xvault Gaming. You should understand this, bro. You're like 50 years old, bro. Like, I don't understand this.
Needs nerf. Lennox needs nerfed a little bit because that's a little too powerful there for his pistol with all that life and self-healing and all this stuff. Sure. That was about the extent of it for the most part, right? But they had the crew builder bonuses. There's other aspects. And then the other part that's also false narrative is, you know what, guys? The team shooter genre is, more overly saturated. We now have so many Souls-like games that are out there right now.
Which is true.
That are copying one another.
But see, the difference is a lot of those Souls games is popular. And honestly, with Black Myth Wukong, they do something that makes them entirely different than another Souls games. But you are right about that. I would agree. That's why I stopped playing Souls-like games. I just got tired of the formula, personally, guys. But at least with that formula, people are not fully tired of it yet. But, like I said, man, he doesn't want to admit it, man. This guy's going on and on about how this game could have succeeded and how you guys was pushing false narrative. Bro, even the PlayStation fanboy community didn't even want to buy this game, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, let's just be honest here, bro. This game was trash from the very beginning, and this is exactly what happened. Take care. Peace out.